Ladies and gents, welcome back to UG Capital Venture. I'm CJ, a software engineer who managed to become a self-made millionaire through hard work, dedication, and investment strategy. I have roughly a $500,000 crypto portfolio, and I plan to grow that into a multi-million-dollar portfolio. My value proposition to you all is that you'll see all of my trades, all of my transactions. When I make mistakes, you'll see it. When I do things correctly, you will see it. My goal is that you can apply all of these learnings to your portfolio and we can grow together. All right. I believe you all can do way better than me by applying my lessons learned to your portfolios. Okay. If you're interested in that journey, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button to get more videos and the notification bell to get those immediately. Now, I want to get right into it. Okay. I want to talk about Charli. Okay. Charli is an oracle on Cardano. I won't regurgitate the same information that you probably see in other videos. I want to bring value and show you guys the investment I made in Charli and why, okay? Why I'll continue to DCA into Charli. Okay, so first thing, a brief summary of what an oracle is, all right? If you've been in crypto, you've heard the term smart contract, all right? Smart contracts are pretty much if-then statements, all right? So for instance, if the temperature in Asia is 100 degrees tomorrow, then send 100 ADA to this wallet, all right? Else send 200 ADA to a different wallet, right? That's simple. The thing about smart contracts is how you have to think about is how are we going to get the external data into the smart contract to determine the weather in Asia, right? That's where an oracle comes in. An oracle allows you to connect in a decentralized way to external APIs to pull in data, right? For instance, another smart contract could be if the Tennessee Titans beat the Buffalo Bills, then send 100 ADA to this account, else send 200 ADA to that account, right? Well, we'll need a oracle like Charli in order to actually reach out and actually bring in the scores to actually determine where we send the money. Now, with that being said, we'll talk a bit about Charli. The interesting thing about Charli, and let me share my screen here. The interesting thing about Charli, in my opinion, is if you're familiar with Ethereum, Ethereum's primary oracle is Chainlink. Now, this is very, very interesting because there's actually a collaboration between Cardano and Chainlink. So one might ask, why would Charli have a chance versus Chainlink? So what we have to understand is Chainlink actually runs natively in the Ethereum ecosystem. So even if you actually use Chainlink from the Cardano ecosystem, the actual transactions will have to mint in the Ethereum ecosystem, meaning you'll have that performance and you'll have those gas fees, right? So that gives Charli a super advantage when it comes to the Cardano ecosystem because it's a native Cardano, it's natively implemented in Cardano. I mean, it can take advantage of all the Cardano technology. This is very, very important. So that gives Charli an advantage over Chainlink when it comes to the Cardano ecosystem. Another thing that's very important to think about when it comes to Charli is that Charli is actually in the Cardano DeFi Alliance. Okay, I did a video on this maybe a day or two ago talking about the Cardano DeFi Alliance and how they're standardizing these 6 pillars here when it comes to standards, development, transparency, security, auditability, and research. This is very important because Charli is in this group also with SundaeSwap, Optum, Indigo, Liquid. A lot of the various projects that are in the first cohort sorry, to be released in Q1, Q2, early 2020, right? So this is very, very important. Okay, this is super exciting because this means that Charli is actually interacting with all of these applications that would these smart contract applications that will inevitably have to pull in external data, and they're likely to use Charli because it's part of the alliance. So this is very, very, very good. That's a very good thing to notice. Now, when I think about Charli, all right, let's look at Ethereum first. Check out Ethereum. Ethereum has a market cap here of $453 billion. Okay. Now, Chainlink has a market cap of $10 billion. Okay. So Chainlink is about 2% the size of Ethereum. Now, let's look at Cardano. Cardano has a $43 billion market cap. So let's assume, right, that the primary oracle in the Cardano ecosystem will be roughly 2% the size of Cardano, right? So at Cardano's current market cap, we can say there's a chance that Charli can be 2% of the size of Cardano, right? Which means Charli has a chance to be roughly $860 million, right? The market cap, which is roughly a 50x from the current market cap. All right, and that's assuming that Cardano does not increase at all. ADA does not increase in value at all, which I believe is unlikely given healthy smart contract platforms actually being released, projects being released, usage on DeFi applications like Sunday Swap, lending, and all of these amazing things that are coming. I believe that the market cap will actually increase of Cardano, right? So that means that if we keep this 2% peg to Cardano with Charli, then if ADA doubles, then we'll have not a 53x, but a 100 plus X, right? So with that being said, these are all the things that I thought about when making my decision to invest in Charli. I believe Charli does not have to do anything groundbreakingly robust or innovative, okay? Charli just has to be a well-performing oracle, okay, on the Cardano ecosystem, taking advantage of the gas fees, the performance. And with that being said, I think that Charli will be able to do quite well with just that, with the advantages that it already has, okay? Now, looking at the Charli website, and I advise you check it out yourself. Let me show my screen really quick here. Looking at the Charli website, you can see here one question. The fact that's really interesting is, will my C3 equal C3 on Cardano mainnet? And people are asking this because the only way to buy Charli right now is actually through Uniswap, okay? If you see here, you only can get it through Uniswap. I found a way to get Charli and not go through Uniswap and not pay the Ethereum gas fees. And I'm about to show you that right now, okay? So I've made my investment into Charli. I avoided the Uniswap gas fees, the Ethereum gas fees. So I'm feeling good, and I want to show you guys because this is odd. I don't want to miss this point, okay? Also, something that's very important to notice. Pay attention to the max price. So to pay attention to Charli. Look at the price. We're almost at the bottom. It's almost as low as it's ever been. I believe this price suppression is due to it only being on Uniswap. Imagine Sunday Swap being released, right? Sunday Swap being released. Imagine Charli being listed on Sunday Swap. What do you think that price action will look like, right? All right, like really think about it. I personally think that this thing has to appreciate rather fast. Not financial advice, this is my opinion. Charli is going to be a essential piece, tool for every single smart contract application almost, right? So it's going to be behind every single dApp that's being released, and it's in the Cardano DeFi Alliance, meaning it's going to probably be the primary option. With that being said, once it's listed somewhere else like a Sunday Swap, it just has to appreciate, in my opinion. So I think it being on Uniswap only creates an insane buy opportunity. And I think a lot of people don't know the strategy that I'm about to show you right now, which might actually appreciate the price to some extent also. All right. So I was able to buy my Charli by using Adax, the centralized exchange. Okay. Adax is actually releasing a decentralized exchange in the Cardano ecosystem in January. There's actually news about that on Twitter, okay? But I use the centralized exchange because they just listed C3 Charli, like I think within the last week or two. So this was an amazing opportunity because that doesn't even reflect on things like CoinGecko and stuff like that, right? So all I had to do is go to cex.adax.pro, and in my account here, I was literally able to go to port over some ADA. So as you can see here, I have like roughly 0 ADA. That's because I spent it all on C3, but I have 1,812 C3. Okay, so I was able to send my ADA from my Yuri wallet to the Adax centralized exchange, and it looks something like this, right? I was able to actually exchange between ADA and C3, and I pretty much put in a limit order. I put in a limit order and I put the maximum amount, all right? And what that looked like at the end result is that I have, as you can see here, Yes, I have 1812 C3, and I actually have my C3. Now, I showed you previously that these are technically ERC20 still. These aren't actually Cardano native assets, right? So what I believe I'm going to have to do, I'm going to send these to my MetaMask account. So I added C3 to MetaMask, right? And once C3 releases, once C3 actually releases in the Cardano ecosystem, I believe we can do an ERC20 convert, which Cardano has an ERC20 converter. We're going to actually convert that over to Cardano mainnet, and then we'll have the Cardano mainnet asset for Charli. All right, so that's what I believe the process is going to look like. That pretty much goes in line with what's on the Charli fact sheet here. And yeah, so that's what I'm doing. I've accumulated me some Charli. Let me know what you're thinking. All right, I believe that there's a lot of upside potential for Charli. I think the risk reward looks quite great in my opinion. I believe Charli does not have to be super innovative. It just has to work well. Okay, I believe it has an advantage due to being in the Cardano DeFi Alliance, and I'm really liking what I'm seeing. I love their website. Their team seems fine. So right now I'm liking Charli. Let me know what you're doing. Are you interested in Charli? Are you afraid of Charli? What do you think about this play? Will you be trying to participate or not? Okay, and with that being said, guys, I'll see you in the next video. Peace.